So, good morning to all. So, Hirak Tiwari, good morning. Siddhak Kaur, Narayan Mukke. See, we had some technical issue, so that on time the class was not held. Okay. Sakshi, good morning. So today I'll be discussing some of the important questions and their answers with you. Okay. So already we have gone through the story and you all know it very well. So the whole story it revolves around packing, the process of packing, and the trouble that occurred during the process of packing. So already we have discussed it. So now we'll go with some of the questions and answer. Okay. So first of all, the question number one is how many characters are there in the narrative, and in which narrative form the story is written? How many characters are there in the story? How many characters do you see in the story? Yes, Sakshi, how many characters do you see in the story? Total four characters. So who are the four characters? Okay, Sakshi, you have written three characters. So four characters total altogether you will find in the story packing. So number one, Jitan, can you tell me who are they? First of all, the writer, Zion ke Zion, then George, his friend, and Harris. Okay, three. And another character you will see in the story, that is a dog named Montmorency. Okay, so four characters you will see. Zion narrator, you have to write George and Harris and Montmorency, the dog, are the four characters in the narrative. So, second question is why did the narrator Zion volunteer to do the packing? So, this already we have gone through in paragraph number one. The question you say, why did the narrator volunteer to do the packing? Why do the narrator volunteer volunteer to do the packing? So this is the question: why do the narrator? Sorry, why did the narrator? So why did the narrator volunteer to do the packing? Okay, Jitan has written very well, very good answer. Jitan has written because the narrator was confident that he was the best packer. He was the best packer and volunteer for the task, and he wanted to show off his skills. So that should be your answer. And Harris in the story according to the writer, is the worst packer in the world. Harris's friend is the worst packer. So you'll write your answer. The writer was confident that he was the best packer, and that is why he volunteered the task. And another point also you can jot down. He wanted to show off his skills. Clear? So how did George and Harris react to this? And did the writer like their reaction? Who can tell me? What is George and Harris' reaction? So how did George and Harris react to this? The writer's suggestion was readily accepted by George and Harris, both of them. George and Harris, they accepted when the writers told them the task should be done by him. Then they both agreed. Immediately they agreed. And Harris, after that, if you read the story, then Harris started lighting a cigar, and George smoked a pipe also. And in the meantime, the writer was packing, and he was very much irritated by their reaction. So, can anyone tell me what is the real intention of the writer in the story? Packing. What was the real intention of the writer? Siddhika Hanumante, can you tell me what is the real intention of the writer? What is the real intention of the writer? Siddhika, can you tell me what is the real intention of the writer? Real intention of writer. What was the real intention of writer in the story? The real intention of the writer was to super. Okay, he wanted to guide the work or guide them. Both of them. Who are the both of them? George and Harris. They both should also involve equally in the process of baking, but the reverse happened here. They allowed the entire task to be done by the writer himself. That is why he showed his frustration. He was wild with anger also. Okay, so this effect. So write your own answer in the examination. So any question, whatever comes, then you just write it in your own way. Okay. So this is given what was a writer's real intention when he offered to pack. So writer wanted to supervise the work instead of doing everything himself. Okay. And George and Harris, they sat down to relax on sofa while all the work that was shifted to his shoulders. What did Harris say after the bag was short and strapped? Why do you think he waited till then to ask? What is your answer? Are you getting my point? You listen to the question. What did Harris say after the bag was short and strapped? Why do you think he waited till then to ask? Harris reminded the writer that he didn't take the book after the bag was closed. And to make the writer realize his mistake and ridicule his packing skills, he waited till then to ask. So that should be your answer. What horrible idea that occurred to the writer a little later? So, what is the horrible idea that you think? that occurred to the writer a little later. Okay, Siddhika, yes, very good. Your answer is correct. Jiten, you have also answered it very properly. Very good. So, Sabari wrote the question you listen very properly. Okay. So, I'm asking to Sabari, what horrible idea that occurred to the writer a little later? Very interesting thing happened in the story. So, can anyone tell me? Because see, I already asked you to go through the text. So, already we have discussed it. And it's a very simple story. And everywhere we will say packing and packing only, and different funny incidents which are occurred also in the story, throughout the story. So, what is that horrible idea? So, let me see whether Sabri has answered it or not. So, what is that horrible idea, Sabri, that occurred in the story? Yes, Sabri. The horrible idea you have to understand whether he had packed his toothbrush or not. That is the horrible idea. The packing of toothbrush. That is the horrible idea that occurred to the writer a little later. And it was his tendency while traveling to never remember if he had packed his toothbrush. We all the people we tend to forget the things, even the smaller things also we tend to forget it well, especially during the time of traveling. It might have happened in your life also. After packing the things, you might forget to keep your toothbrush inside the bag. Many times it happens because the tendency of human being, I am telling you, we all have that nature of forgetfulness, and the similar nature also the writer has. But the writer is so energetic. We discuss the nature of the writer here. Now already I told you that the writer is very much energetic, very much keen to learn the things, and he is very much pinpointed also. And he never wants people to judge him. The nature of the writer, I am telling you, it can come also in exam. The nature of writer is people should not poke fun at him while any task that is done by. And it has happened also in the story that both George and Harris, they both are simply relaxing on sofa, laughing at the writer, giving a ridiculous smile, and that part it is not liked by the writer. So horrible idea if it comes then forgetting to pack the toothbrush sin that you have to write, and that you have to write in your own way. So where did the writer finally find the toothbrush? Where did he find it? Okay, he forgot to pack the toothbrush. Where it was actually? Yes, Jitan, can you tell me where the toothbrush was? Yes, Siddhika, you have written. Very good, Jitan. Good. Yes, Sakshi also answered it very correctly. Yes. So I think Jitan must have gone through the story. That is why he is answering all the questions. See, all the lessons, poems, and stories, whatever you have in your syllabus. So apart from syllabus, also you have to go out of the box and you have to access different books, because already I told you that up to class 8, not class 8 also, up to 12th standard. Now CBSE this time has launched a program called Reading Mission. Okay, so digitally you are going to access n number of books, especially story books, and all the books are designed in such a way which can be, I think, as per your age group only, these books are designed. So you can go on accessing. So I'll be sending you also some materials, ninth standard also. And on everyday basis, you have to read at least one story. Okay, because reading books only can help you to enhance skill. So far your writing is concerned, even the spoken competence also easily can be developed through reading only. Because reading it can increase your vocabulary skill and your comprehension ability. Did you understand? Because you have comprehension skill test also in your examination. That is your passage like once in poem and passages we are giving you. So that portion you can easily solve it if you have the reading habit. So I must advise all the students of ninth standard that you all should practice the habit of reading. You should have the habit of reading. Okay, be a voracious reader, and you see your life will change because you have time. Okay, Sandhya has answered it. The toothbrush, it was inside the boot. Very good. So, where did the writer find the toothbrush? The writer discovered it, found it. Don't write discovered. Okay, found the toothbrush in the boot. When he was putting things into place again after unpacking them out and scattering them everywhere. And really, it is very much frustrating. The task is very much frustrating. See, once the packing is over and you forget the things, and again you have to reopen the bag, and as soon as you reopen, then the things will get scattered. This is very, very terrible and horrible things. And we are really very much, especially I am very much frustrated because I don't like packing. I don't like packing. Whether you like packing or not, I don't know. But especially, I don't like to pack the things. Okay, even one pair of socks, even I don't like to pack. I let the task to be done by other people. So why did the writer have to reopen the packed bag? This is another question. Why did the writer have to reopen the packed bag? He is a very good person, having energetic nature also, but the writer had a forgetful nature also. And he had to reopen the bag twice, owing to that in the story. First, what he did, he forgot to pack his boot, and next time he had to unpack again because he packed his tobacco pouch also in other things. He was addicted to tobacco also. The writer was addicted to tobacco. So tobacco pouch also he forgot to pack. So I don't know whether you have all gone through the story or not. You see, one question is there. What does the writer say was Montmorency's ambition in life, the dog's ambitions in life? And what do you think of Montmorency and why? So if you read the story, then we'll get to know Montmorency's ambition in life to get in the way. And he was a very little dog and who, due to his mischievous nature, created troubles for everyone. It was a male dog. Whenever he would get bored, he would come in between the work and try to get involved. And he never meant trouble intentionally. But when people would shout at him or throw things at his head, then you see n number of troubles he is going to create after that. So that kind of nature of the dog is. So I hope that this is a very easy story, so you all can go through the text once more, and henceforth we'll stop discussing a literature portion and we'll come back to grammar and writing especially. Okay, and in reading comprehension also some students are facing problem. So for reading comprehension, see, all have to go on practicing on everyday basis at least one on-scene basis, MCQ format, solve it, understand that, because many of you may not be understanding the text also whenever it is shown to you, and just jotting down the point where the question is, the answer you are trying to find out without understanding the text. And during that process, what is happening? You tend to do mistake. Okay, so don't develop that sort of habit. You just read the whole text, whatever it comes to you, try to understand, because see, at home if you go on practicing, then slowly from the initially or at an initial stage you might be facing some problem, but in due course of time that problem also will be sorted out. So you just go on practicing reading comprehension part. See, rest of the things, it will be all right. Only reading and writing skill, if two things are developed, okay, so I'm dead sure that in 10th and 12th standard, not less than 95 percentage you are going to score. Because grammar portion is very, very less, and you have the content, you have the basic. So I hope that any editing error or reported speech, whatever it comes, so that portion will be revised to you. So you can do well in that portion. Okay. Only reading and writing portion you pay emphasis. Clear? Reading and writing. So my request is to request to all the students, the reading and writing portion to be properly practiced. Okay. So with this note, let me wind up the session, and happy Saraswati Puja to all. So today Saraswati Puja is actually I should not teach you. So during this particular time when I was a student. Basically the school, it used to get closed during this particular day auspicious day. Okay, but Ambuja is such a school, so you don't dream of me getting closed. Okay, the school will never be closed. So it's a good thing also. Yes, yes. In term two, reported speech is coming irreducibly. So reported speech portion I will discuss with you, and some students they are not so much clear about reported speech. So grammar portion fully it will be revised. You don't worry for that. So grammar portion fully it will be revised. Only you take care the reading and writing portion. And in reading portion only you have on-scene passages. Writing, two writing pieces are given. One is your it is your actual description of event, people, event, person, and place. Three things are given, and another story writing it is given, because story writing it is all about developing your creativity and how much creative you are. If you go on reading the story books, if a child is reading on everyday basis different story books, the child will be able to write excellent story. The child can come up with a beautiful theme, plot, characters. Okay, and the child will be able to write a well structured with fully with a meaningful story, I can say also. The story can be more meaningful. Okay. And as for your ninth grade, the stories should be a bit different from that you used to have practiced in your class 7th and 6th or 8th. Okay. So it should be equivalent to 10th standard. Then only you will be given good marks in examination. So thank you very much, all of you, for joining. And tomorrow onwards, some grammar and writing portion will be discussed with you. So goodbye and take care. Have a very nice day. Once again, happy Saraswati Puja to all.